Salam dostlar, bugün Alan Wake oyununun ikinci bölümü ilə davam edirik. Keçən dəfə çox maraqlı bir yerdə qalmışdıq. Qaldığımız yerdən davam edək. Gedək görək nə olurdu.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming. What the hell?
Hardasan? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Gedik.
Alice? Oh no!
O nədir?
Keep going. Wait now.
Alice?
Başa düşmədim, mən yenə qəribə şeylər var.
Crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Bu yerdən bu yerə necə gəldik, çox maraqlıdır. Ümumiyyətlə, oyunun çox gizemli bir hekayəsi var da, o hissəsi mənə çox xoşuma gəldi.
The Creator's Dilemma by Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Yox, düşmə. Tamam, getdik.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there. Damn.
Ayda. Çox sakitlik gələ bilir nəsə. Qəribə. Ona da.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
F5'dən baxmaq olur.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Bu yandakı nədir, işarə bilmədim. Belə bir şeydir yəqin ki. Yaxşı, qaçdıq edən. Yox.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Yenə bu ruhlarda.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Valla o ışıqdan da şübhələnirəm mən. Burada hər şey adamı yanıltır.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Buradan... Ha, bu yol var.
Hey! Hey, you! Phil! There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Aynen. Ya bununla savaşalım Mehmet ha. Elimde iş yok.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the...
Tez kes buranı, tez kes.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Bir tane de fener, geçək. Silahlar, ha bir tane donsuz silah.
During your trying, it's the latest thing. Incontestably proven health lets you
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello?
and keep those cholesterol levels.
This is bad.
Ne oldu? Sıklasıya buradan açma bakma. Tamam da benzin istasyonu o tarafta değil. Ha burada.
There were more of them.
Çok yakınlaşmayın. Oo, kaç.
My head pounded with the concussion.
Mermim azaldı.
I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Yazını oxuyamadım nə dedi. Amma təxmin başa düşdüm. İstiqamət.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Bunu da götürebilseydim mən. Qəşəng.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Oy. Haha. Süper. Xoş gördük havanı sıxırayım.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Fəner niyə boşuna yanır? Hiç lazım deyil onsuz. Arxamdan nəsə gələcək deyə tədricin uğramamışam.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Dönəlim. Düz yerə mi istiqaməti varıq? Aa, deyirəm sən bunu. Kaç, kaç, kaç. Mərmi qalmadı. 14 mərmi nədir? Tullanma animasiyası qəribədir. Tamam. Buralarda bir şey yoktu. Ha, göster beni. Burada ne var şimdi oraya gönderdim. Toplamağa da işin yoktu. Ya ben görmedim belki. Neyse her şey işin olmaz. Gedəcəyim istiqamət oldu belki. Bir baxaq görək. Hə, oradan oraya gedə bilərəm. Yox, olmadı. Orası çıxadı. Biraz qəribə oldu bura. Heç bir şey vermədim.
Taken. They're taken.
Taken nə əlaqə? Bura girəcəm nəsə olacaq. Buradan ona getməliyim. Nə olardı ki, oyunda bir dənə map qoyardınız? Belə olmaq. Yox, düşmə. Bu istiqamətdə yol varmı? Görəsən.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way. There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site.
Çox səssizlikdir, bayaqdan da heç nə olmur, nəsə. Böyük bir şey olacaq kimi gəlir mən. Mən gördüm. Hə, şeydir. Termosun əmlədir.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Ha, orada bir şey var. Ya Allah, yani. Üçtensiz. Bunun çıxış yolu yoxdur, qaç. Son vuruş çox qəşəng olur. Tüstülür ya o. Bu tərəfə keçmədim. Hazır. Onu vuranda nəsə olacaq, görürsən. Bir dansını götürəməmişik.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream.
Aha. Fərqli bir silah. Qapıya mı olan? Yazıda, vərəqdə yazdığı yazı kimi bir şeylər olmayacaq görürsən. Şimdi birinci bunu götür. Koyacağım. Diyorsun. Ha tamam. Bilmiyorum, bu oyunda şehir yoktu. Böyle ormanda kalmışım. Hayda, kullanacaqdım mən. Çatda mı? Zarafat edir ya bu. Öptü bak. Naməlum Səyahət şöyle bir de. Ha yerlənir ya, onu da desin tutmamalıyım qalxanda. Çatdı, ah tamam. Gəldi işığa.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure, Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's just too dumb for his own good.
Söhbət maraqlı gəldi, bunu qulaq asıram görmədik.
It's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
Gittik. Buradansa var. Fişək misin nədir var? Şey oxşadı, PUBG-dəki fişəyə.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
Hələ birinci özümüzü qurtaraq görək. Nəyə düşmüş heç onu bilmirik. Alice'i sonra qurtaracaq dostum.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no coat. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Hadi savaşırlar mı? Kafama salak. Hayda. Gözləyin. Ha, tamam, yaxşı bunu açmayın. Gəlirlər özü. Yəni, safe. Hayvan. Güvenli yer. Tamam. Hayvanın mənasında bilmirəm. Yeni yarasız. Aa, etrafı getdi. Biraz uzaq dur. Sən baltağı kesirərəm başı var. Bu tarafta da var. Biraz rahat bırakın beni. Aa, kaç. Oyda. Bunları dövme olsaydı bir aletle falan. Sırf silah işlenir. Yeni yarasız. Biraz kaçsam yorulacaq.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Tüfəkdən istifadə edəcəmə başlayacağım. Bu arada oyunu kaydı eləsin. Bu videoluk bu kadar olacaq. Yemeyeceğim bu siz. Ne oldu? Gittik. Düz yere mi yiyorsun? Burada ne var? Fişek bunu yoxlayım gerek bir daha. Yəqin ki, güvənli bölgə zad üstündür o da. Yazıqdır. Bölgədən uzaqdır. Və təbii ki, biz bu bölgəyə gedəcəyik. Niyə? Senaryo gərək. Nigar. Ne qaçsın da. Ooo. Pis gəllər ha. Oyda bu süperdi ki. Mən şəklim tüfəydi ya. Ayda fişək etdi. Ay, mən deyirəm bu niyə belə rəhlidir?
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked
I'm
at me
sold.
suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help. But I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy.
Mən dedim bəlkə tüfəkdəymi? Bəlkə çox pis oldu, mərmi getməz. İstifadə edəcəkdim onu. Neyse, qəribə bir şeylər.
It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon
Hər rəhmətli olacaq.
on the forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed.
Valla zarafat edim, gedəcək bu iş var.
With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
Bak etdi.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull
Niyə
the
vurmur
trigger,
bu?
in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
O nə yerə çıxartdı?
Colvin?
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Beynini dağıtdı.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened.
Buranı kesə bilərsiniz 2x-lə, ya ümmətin qabağı atarasın ki,
Curiosity often kills the cat.
çox vaxt getdi burada.
In Night Springs.
Söhbət qutarandı dedim, o sözdə indi bax qutarandan sonra kesməklə mənası var. Burada da save alsaydı bir dənə. Böyle kaydedilme olmuyor. Yok. Qayıt nöqtəsinə ulaşıldı. Yaxşı dostlar, bu videoluqda bu qədər. Gələn videoda görüşənədək sağ olun.